You wicked king. A story I shouldn't be telling. I woke up to the sound of drums at midnight. Not soft ones, heavy ones. The kind that thud in your chest even when you cover your ears. I was 15, staying with my uncle in his village. My parents had sent me there for the school holidays. I thought it would just be quiet farm life with chickens running around and no electricity. I didn't expect nightmares that would follow me for the rest of my life. The first thing I noticed about the village was how alive it was in the daytime. Kids running around barefoot, women laughing as they pounded yam, men talking loudly under the big mango tree. But when the sun went down, the energy changed. People disappeared inside their huts, doors bolted, lamps put out early. The silence after dark was so heavy, you could hear a pin drop. That night, when the drums started, my uncle's reaction scared me more than the sound itself. His eyes widened, and he grabbed my wrist so tight it hurt. "Don't look outside," he whispered. His voice shook, "No matter what you hear." But I was 15. Curiosity was stronger than fear. So when he left the room to check the door, I moved the curtain just enough to peek through. What I saw didn't feel real. Men dressed in plain white wrappers were carrying someone. A boy, maybe a year older than me. His mouth was tied shut and his eyes were wild. He was kicking, struggling, muffled noises escaping from behind the gag. Behind them walked the king. I'd only seen him once before, during the day. He looked like any old man, tall and slim, his skin folded with age. But at night, under the moonlight, he looked wrong. Too straight, too strong. He was barefoot, yet his feet didn't seem to sink into the dust like the others. In his hand, he carried a carved wooden staff. Something dark dripped from the tip, thick and slow, like it had just been pulled out of fresh meat. The drums grew louder as they reached the center of the village square. The men set the boy down roughly, his back hitting the ground with a thud. Everyone else in the village was there too, standing in a circle, completely silent. No one tried to help him. No one even blinked. The king raised one hand and the drums stopped instantly. His voice carried in the night air, calm, too calm.
"Tonight, the lamb eats. Tomorrow we eat."
Then it happened. The ground beneath the boy started to shift. I swear on my life, the earth moved. Cracks split open around him, widening like invisible hands clawing at the soil. He struggled, his body twisting, but it was useless. The dirt pulled at him, swallowing him inch by inch, his legs, his chest, his face, and then gone. The earth closed like nothing had ever been there. Silence. Not even the crickets chirped. The king lowered his hand, turned slowly and looked straight at the house where I was hiding. Straight at me. I dropped the curtain instantly, my heart pounding so hard I thought it would break my ribs. But in that half second, I swear I saw his mouth curl into a smile. I didn't sleep that night. My uncle sat by the door until dawn, holding a cutlass, muttering prayers under his breath. When the sun finally came up, I thought people would be mourning the boy. Maybe crying, shouting, asking questions. But no. The market was open. Women were selling cassava. Kids were chasing goats like nothing had happened. It was like the entire night had been erased. I asked my uncle quietly, "What happened last night? Where did they take that boy?" He slapped me so hard my ear rang. His face was pale, his lips trembling as he leaned close and whispered, "You saw nothing. If you want to leave, you saw nothing." And that was it. Nobody ever spoke about it. Not once. I left the village at the end of the holidays and never went back. But sometimes, late at night, I hear it again. The same slow, heavy drums thudding through the walls of my room. I wake up drenched in sweat, afraid to look at the floor in case the earth decides it's hungry again. I don't know if that king was a man, a or something older than both. But I know this: the land remembers blood, and some kings never die. Last week I heard the drums again, but this time it wasn't in a dream. I was in my apartment 1,000 miles away from that village when the sound rolled through my walls like thunder. I froze, telling myself it had to be my neighbors playing loud music. But when I checked my phone, it was exactly midnight, and the beat was the same slow rhythm I will never forget. I went to the window and pulled the curtain back just a little. Down on the street, under the flickering streetlight, I saw him, barefoot, standing tall, the same staff in his hand. The king was smiling up at my window, and this time, there was no uncle to tell me not to look.